welcome or welcome back to Tarot AF. So today I've got another pick a card reading for you guys on do they miss me and how they currently feel about this connection, relationship situation. So this may be for different scenarios. It could be for a breakup, it could be separation, it could be a no contact situation. So whatever it is and whatever I bring, meet it halfway, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, because there will be different situations for everybody watching this. And just trust that when you pick the messages that it is for you. And it does come up with a bit of a trigger warning, this reading, in it may not be things, especially with the do they miss me, it may not be things that you necessarily want to hear, but it may be things that you need to hear. So if you're not ready to receive this message, maybe this video isn't for you at this moment in time. Saying that, if you are ready to receive this message, we have 5 decks in front of us today. We have pile 1 with the Green Adventure Star and the Fortuna Tarot. We have pile 2 with the Guided Hand Tarot and the Amethyst Butterfly. We have pile 3 with the Dark Days Tarot with the Fluorite Moon. We have pile 4 with the Orbita Tarot with the Untitled Crystal. And lastly, we have the Wanderer's Tarot with the Serpentine Heart. So you can take a moment, you can pause the video, see which one is drawing you in, and then what I do is I post the times in the box below and you can meet me there for your reading. I will see you then. Bye. Hello my lovely friends of pile 1. So if you picked the Fortuna deck and the Green Adventure Star, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, let's shuffle your tarot. I've got your oracle cards ready to go and shuffled. So firstly, we're going to look at kind of where this relationship is, so what kind of energy space things were left in. Obviously you will know better than I the floating pair of hands on YouTube, kind of what was said and done, but so filter out in that way if I pick up on a situation which is not completely in line with yours. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So firstly, we have got the Sun. Sometimes it carries the Spirit. We've got Justice. We have got the Universe, or the World card. This is also a new deck, which I get a really good feeling for, so I'm glad you guys picked this one. We have the Magician, and then lastly we have the 7 of Cups. So let's see where this relationship is kind of in this state. So we've got the Compass and we've also got One Ring Circus. We have Pain and Frustration. So these are their energies. We've got Walking Away, the Temple Path, and we also have Let Go. So firstly, to the do they miss me question, I'm hearing yes and also no, but the no is not a negative. It is more that there was a need for a release. There was a need to get out of this situation where things just weren't fitting together. Things, whatever it was, it may not even have been major things, but there just wasn't alignment in maybe hopes and desires and dreams for what that person wanted to do. And with this One Ring Circus, maybe they were always quite dependent upon you, or it was just a very interdependent relationship in a healthy way of give and take and that kind of thing. But maybe they hadn't done the things where their compass, their true north was going. Not that you weren't a part of their journey and that kind of thing, and it may align in the future, but they realised that they may have skipped over things that they needed to do in order for their higher purpose. Maybe that's in terms of their careers, finances, that kind of thing. Maybe travelling is what I'm hearing for some people. Whatever it was, it's not that this relationship didn't bring harmony to them or anything like that, but I think they were pained probably to walk away and leave, and it was a need to release maybe all the different things, their dreams and desires, I felt like were consuming them, looming so large. They wanted so much, but a lot of it seemed in an illusion, and they weren't actually sure what it was. And they needed to meditate, they needed to reflect in order to create a feeling of independence, but also identity is what I'm hearing. For some people, it may be that they didn't actually know who they were or what they wanted. I feel like they had a bit of a crisis moment in that way, and maybe they are spiritual in some way, or if they're not at all, then that's fine. But I feel like they just hear a calling to walk a different path, to follow what is leading them, that compass, and that meant walking away so that they could focus on them. And maybe they didn't like the person who they were when they were with you, and they needed to release that cycle, those habits that they had formed, maybe towards you, if they had caused you pain or hurt, or had been frustrated because, you know, maybe you have that strong sense of identity. And with the Sun, I get this clarity, this warmth, this I think they think you are this kind of wisdomous, maybe even spiritual light, something that they are drawn to. And I think they were ultimately looking to balance themselves out. I think there was a lot of shadow aspects which they hadn't confronted within themselves, and in order to find future joy and clarity and happiness, they knew that they needed to sow new seeds, because I think they were living in a lens probably of fear, or not getting the things that they necessarily wanted out of life, because maybe they thought that they wouldn't be able to achieve the things that they wanted to do. And they realized that actually their internal world is a reflection of their external, and that means that they need to do this work and make positive changes. And I'm hearing they didn't want to drag you down, because I think they saw your path that you needed to tread. Or maybe it was more, if it was more of a mutual thing, or if maybe you had ended it, that kind of thing. Maybe it was you finding your true north and your path. But I don't get this crisis of identity from you. I get this more, you've always known what you needed to do and what you were being called to do, and actually you needed to step further onto that path, because things, maybe shadow aspects, felt like they were kind of dragging you into thought patterns or whatever it was, behaviors which you didn't need anymore, and you didn't want. So you needed to release that section. And that doesn't mean that there isn't love here and there isn't a connection here at all. It just means that there were goals with this universe, the World card. There were goals, this sense of wholeness and completion within yourself and within themselves that they needed to find. And no one can save them. They have to save themselves, and vice versa. And I think they realize that their wholeness and completion, they are enough just as they are, but the things that they want, they have got to do, and they can't rely on someone else to get them there. So with the Magician, I feel like they needed to manifest the things that they wanted and take action and take a leap and jump into the things that they needed to do to cut through all the illusion they may have been feeling in their lives, the different emotional opportunities that they maybe felt they were denied from, or people kept placing in front of them, like different I just get the sense that they have a kind of unhealthy relationship with their emotions in some ways, in terms of, I think they were probably told that they couldn't do the things that they wanted to do, or felt that they couldn't for whatever reason, whether that is family pressure, you know, the pressure of schooling, anything like that. And emotionally they felt maybe cut off from loads of different opportunities, but at the same time they didn't know how to wade through those things. So it was a really complex situation where they knew that they needed to take a step away in fear from dragging you down with them. So they do miss you. They do miss the kind of, I feel like, the clarity, the warmth and the joy that you brought to them. But they know this is a real, and I absolutely hate to say it, it's not you, it's me situation, because they realize they need to be that one ring circus, the one man band, and that no one else, like sometimes you can duet with people, all of that kind of stuff, you can form a choir, whatever, but there was frustration in them not feeling like they fit in. Maybe, and that's not with you, but that's, they didn't fit into the life that was around them, maybe, that they'd built up, because actually it wasn't aligned to what they want, and it feels like they just needed to do a massive upheaval. And unfortunately you were something in that that they had to release in order then to start from their foundations and rebuild up there. And so this is never a, oh, it can't happen in the future or anything. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I said there's yes and no. There is joy, there is harmony, there was brilliance. And I think at one point you both felt with this World card that your journey and completion was together. And just because you stepped off that path, or the trajectory that you were going on, does not mean that your compass won't point both of yours at the same time towards the same path again. That doesn't mean that. And this is a powerful connection with all of this major arcana. And I think both of you just knew that there's different dreams and desires that you both had to go and do and try your hand out, even if you fail. Try your hand at, sorry, and even if you fail, but there was that fear of not trying, I think. And I think it was a painful, truth and honest conversation to have. And for most people, I feel like this was a mutual decision on this path to let go of at least this phase of your journey together and be independent and be those people and sow the seeds of what you may want in the future, so you can reap the benefits at a later date. In terms of signs, we have fixed signs here in the universe. We have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius, and we obviously have water here as well, so heavy Scorpio energy again, but we could have Cancer and Pisces too. But we've also got Libra in the Justice card. But you don't have to have those placements. They don't have to have those placements necessarily. But those are the signs that I am seeing as well. So let's also get you some channeled messages from this person. So Spirit, what messages, what would this person want to say to my glorious ones? Okay, I'm going to take all of those ones away because there were way too many there. And then I've had to split this one in two because it's so big. It's so big, all of these channel messages. I just had to keep writing. So, put the sun back. Okay, you're always in my dreams. And I think that, I mean, we had the Dreams and Desires card, and I was kind of saying loads of different dreams, desires looming, and probably at one point you guys were both each other's path and dreams. And that doesn't mean necessarily that you're not still maybe one of the options that they see in terms of their future, as in emotional growth and opportunity there. But I think at the moment they had to look at the different paths and at least see if they were an illusion, just a dream, or whether it was something that they could ground or whatever. I think because they would always wonder what if they didn't, is what I'm hearing. I can't get you out of my head. We've also got, you are absolutely stunning. We have, I'm having so much fun. So the joy, the clarity, and also I'm trying to find myself. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I said. But I think that's it. I think you guys had a brilliant connection and still have that connection, and I think that is undeniable. And like I said, I feel like it's mutual, and I think it's a not now, maybe soon, maybe later, that kind of situation, which it's frustrating, it's hard, but ultimately it does take two people to tango. It takes two people, and for a give and take, a healthy relationship, it's got to be met halfway. And I think maybe they felt that they were maybe, and I said this earlier, dragging you down, being a bit of a weight, which they didn't want to be, and they wanted you to fly and be let go. But I think they want to rise to that level, rise to their higher path and what they know they can be, so that they can be better for love in the future and all of those things. Because, you know, there is a connection. They obviously find you very, very attractive, and can't seem to shake the idea of you. And I think you are still one of their paths, and one of the things that they always see carved out for them, in terms of the Seven of Cups. And I think even though they may be dipping their toe into other things, I think I'm getting the Two of Swords imagery of, they know that they've got to release that path and step onto a new one. But like I said, it doesn't mean that paths don't get interwoven later on down the line. So for you, my love, let's get you some advice. So Spirit, what advice? So we have got fire. Life is forged where there has been destruction. Come back to feisty, excitable. If you are a fire sign, I would not be surprised. Maybe you are a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. You do not have to be. But I think where there is now, where it feels like there is a hole, a black hole in some ways, and it's painful, it's frustrating, but this is where new things can grow and be kind of rebuilt and redesigned. And this is really your opportunity to find excitement in this new territory, this new kind of path that you can go on. And maybe with this sun as well, I think you just are that joy and excitable energy that finds the hope in the world. And Spirit is saying, keep with that and know that you can build what you want from this. We have near future, expect any day now, expect arrivals any day now, presently, rapid, shortly. So maybe if you've been manifesting, if you've got dreams or something that you are wanting to focus on or something like that, soon, very near future. But also it may be, I mean, timing is a hard thing for in tarot for different people, but maybe it means, you know, communication, or them just like sorting their head out in some way, or maybe you releasing this connection. Whatever it is that maybe you want out of this is, you know, is going to happen soon in this near future. And with this donut, we've got be able to discern moment-to-moment gratification from true fulfillment, indulgence, treat, craving. And I think Spirit is saying, you know, there is a lot of maybe potentially destruction, or there is this kind of feeling of this hole or whatever it is, but actually live moment to moment and fill yourself up with things that you enjoy, and treat yourself to the curiosity and the pleasure of life on everything that is unfolding, and trust that this is your time to indulge and go for the things that you want to. And we've got fortitude, blessings, steadfast. So with this, expect any arrivals any day now. I think, and it's so funny with the growing after the destruction as well. I think, you know, there are blessings on the way to you. If, like, you know, you're holding, and I think you are so strong. I think you are holding a lot of strength, a lot of hope. And maybe you're manifesting with this Magician here, manifesting maybe communication or a path for yourself, whatever that is. And I feel like it is because you are balancing yourself out above all and going for the things that you want, and because you are going for the things that satisfy that craving, that itch for you, the things that you really need and know that you want now, and because you are this independent person, that is going to bring you blessings and all of those things. And you know, maybe if this situation has been going on for a while, maybe if you feel like you're releasing it, maybe this means that new things are coming into you because you're looking for that moment to moment of I don't need every single string all sorted out and everything tied together in a neat bow. I'm just going to live in the moment and see what comes my way. And they always say surrender and surrender again, and things happen for you. So maybe you've surrendered a bit of your ego's plan of what you thought you wanted. So these are romance angel advice for you as well. So we've got make the effort, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So maybe you are feeling guided with this fortitude, blessings and steadfast energy. Maybe you are guided to make particular things, and Spirit is saying, like, trust those things that you're being called to do. We've got codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And I mean, I said interdependent relationships earlier with this one ring circus, and maybe this relationship, maybe there were moments of it being interdependent, but maybe sometimes it felt like they were very heavily relying on you, and maybe that's what was affecting. And actually knowing that you are worthy of a give and take romance, and maybe that's what they're sorting out is their independence, so that they can be a codependent, they can be a interdependent counterpart sort of thing. We also have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So I think for you, it's time to kind of maybe disconnect. Maybe if you are, I'm hearing really like driven towards your goals, that universe card is calling to me. Maybe if you're really driven in that way, maybe it's time to, I don't know, yeah, take a little break and follow and kind of get away. I'm seeing hermit, like get away from the outward concerns, maybe all the different voices, all the things that you always have to do, and kind of just have a break. Whether it's maybe with this person, maybe that's coming up, or maybe if you know it's just time for yourself, and answers come when we've got stillness of the mind and that kind of thing. So we've also got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So maybe if there's someone potentially new on the scenes, maybe this is the retreat with them, disconnecting from the world. Or if it's this person, maybe with this true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. You know, and sometimes separation, no contact, and also, you know, and breakups and all of those things. Sometimes that happens, and there is that need for break. In order, sometimes it's like a boomerang to bring you right back. But like I said at the beginning, it was a kind of yes and no kind of, do they miss me? And I think there is love here, there is contentment and joy. And like I said, maybe it's just not the timing, and maybe things will intertwine later down the line, but that does not mean that you stand still and you wait. And I don't feel like you are that personality. I think you're still going to be going for your goals and driving forward and all of those things, because you are an independent person. But just know that whatever it is, whatever mutually you have decided to do, I think it's so that you guys can both come back, maybe at a later date, or maybe into your new love situations, or whatever it is, because you can have many soulmates, you can have many connections, many loves in your life, and maybe this one was a true love romance of a lifetime. But sometimes it's like ships in the night, and you learn so much from that connection and that person, which you take into your next relationship. But that doesn't mean that paths don't cross again in the future. So my lovely friends of pile one, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys today. I hope it was useful. I hope it resonated with you. If you'd like to see more of me, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I really hope to see you there. Bye. Hello my glorious friends of pile 2. So if you picked the amethyst butterfly, then this reading is going to be for you. So I already shuffled your oracle cards. They are ready and waiting, but let's just shuffle your tarot too. So like I said in the intro, people are going to have different situations that they're coming to in this reading. So whether that is separation, no contact, breakup, whatever that is, you know your situation, you know what has been said, what has been kind of done and left between you both, and meet this halfway. Take what resonates with your relationship and your situation and leave what doesn't at that point. So Spirit, does pile 2's person, do they miss them? We've also got kind of where this relationship is, the energy space, and also some advice from Spirit. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, we have got the Lovers, we have got the Queen of Wands, we have got the Ten of Swords, we have got the Six of Swords too. And on the back, we also have the Seven of Wands as well. So let's look firstly at where the energy space of this relationship currently is. So on our map of life, where it currently is. So we've got Gentle Gardener and Commitment. And in terms of their energy towards it, their feelings, we have got Confidence, we have got Love, and we also have, in terms of energy, Strategy and Goddess of the Moon. And lastly, we have Wait as well. So the first thing that I'm picking up is maybe we have, in terms of signs, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So one energy could be earth energy, so that could be Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo. And in terms of the Queen of Wands, we could have fire signs, so that's Leo, Aries or Sagittarius. But we also have some air as well, and we've also got Gemini in the Lovers. So you may have those placements, or that person may have those placements, but you do not necessarily have to have those things. But in terms of where this relationship currently is with the Gentle Gardener and Commitment, I feel like there is this unsaid commitment between you both, and I feel like this no contact situation is maybe I'm hearing is maybe things never really got started with you both in that way, in the way that you both wanted. And actually things are still growing, and I think you're just being gentle with this connection in this way. And if there is separation or no contact for whatever reason, I feel like there is maybe still this lock and key situation of, I think you're both kind of waiting and holding a flame for one another in some ways, even if it's never really been said or spoken about. But if it is something that, you know, you've had a relationship with this person and it is a breakup or whatever that is, I think there is still that unsaid kind of commitment there, commitment to each other and each other's feelings, because there is a lot of love here, a love and joy. And I think you both bring out confidence, and there's probably confidence in this connection, even if it is, I know we're asking the question, do you miss me? And that feels like a juxtaposition, but I feel like with the Goddess of the Moon, you know in your intuition, and your intuition is telling you that, and maybe you feel it, and you just feel this love and you feel this connection. And even if it was never said about, there's just this kind of confidence, like, yes, it feels like kind of lock and key, perfect fit in some ways. And with the Strategy card as well, I feel like maybe it's just the finessing of some details, whatever it was. And I think the Ten of Swords, there was potentially for some people a real death and abruptness to the end of this relationship, in terms of maybe words said or a plan that maybe you both had to kind of, I'm hearing for some people there could be distance, kind of water between you both, whether that is one person is going after their career goals and that kind of thing, or their education, whatever that is. They may be combating different wills and desires and have to sort out what they want to do with their passions and stuff. So maybe they're off doing that, creating their plan, and maybe creating their plan to sort of come back. But I feel like there was this abruptness in this Ten of Swords in this moment, in whatever that is. And maybe things were said, maybe things were done for some people with this, if it was a breakup, that kind of situation. And it feels like there was a lot of, in some ways, melodrama around it. So maybe a lot of different people coming to the situation, putting in their opinions, their wills, their desires, and it felt like you had to stand and protect yourself, or bat off different people's wills and desires, because actually they weren't helping you sort through this situation. But I think how they feel is that they have this deep connection with you, and with the Lovers as well, there is this kind of deep, again, commitment and unity here. Even if it's unsaid, it's almost that untangible thing, like there is just this underlying intuitive knowing maybe between the two of you. And I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles here, I'm getting more that this might be their energy, in terms of they wanted to build themselves up toward their goal. Like they had stuff in their mind, like whether that's, like I said, education or career, job, that they need to do, and they were dedicating their time, being very persistent towards those goals for their security and stability. And I think with the Queen of Wands, they see you, you don't have to be a fire sign at all, but they see you as this passionate, energetic, beautiful soul who has been through it, maybe been through it in love, had a lot of emotional like maybe trauma in some ways with this Ten of Swords, but you are not deserving of that, and that is their opinions about it. They know that you deserve a way out, a way forward, away from the pain and sorrow of thoughts and everything, because at the end of the day, I think they think you're intuitively guided as well, in terms of you follow your passions and your wills. Maybe you're very feisty, excitable, and all of those things, but I think you have this just do it mentality, and above all are passionate about love and find the joy in any situation. And maybe they felt that you were batting off different people, maybe different even offers and that kind of thing, and maybe they never even communicated their thoughts with this Ten of Swords. Like I said at the beginning, maybe words weren't said or that kind of thing in your situation. For some people, maybe it was actually like they allowed their thoughts to consume them, and there was never really a conversation had between the two of you. But with the Six of Swords, I feel like the reason I said that it could be a kind of separation by water in that way, like different ends of the world, or you know, just divided slightly, I think is that Six of Swords is that journey away from troubled waters into clearer. And I feel like that's what they want from this situation. They've maybe taken this time to wait, sort out their thoughts and maybe their plan of how they're going to approach this, and maybe they've realized that they don't have to fight with other people or different fears and anxieties which might creep up for them and that kind of thing. But because I think they know, and maybe they found newfound confidence in themselves, but also in this relationship, and maybe they couldn't get their mind. So maybe they're kind of waiting to see how and see where the land lays with you, maybe if they haven't seen you for a while or all those things. But I know that they see this deep connection with you and see you as maybe like I'm hearing She's So High, that Tal Buchanan song, like she's so high up above me, and that doesn't gender does not matter in it, but that's the song that I'm hearing in terms of they are so high above me. And I think maybe with this Knight of Pentacles kind of going towards that, maybe they're kind of trying to get themselves to a place where they feel confident, and all of those things, that maybe they can tell you these feelings if it was unsaid. But if there was a separation and it's a no contact, maybe they always felt slightly that they were also with the butterfly, like they needed to transform, they needed to change themselves, and that's not for you in that way, but it's for them to be a better version for everyone, for every aspect of that life, because you shouldn't change for someone, you should change for yourself. And I felt like they wanted to change for themselves so they could meet this connection in a new way, and meet you in a new way, and just have this with this lover's healing and reassurance and this energy of love with you. And it's hard to put timing on tarot in any way, but with this commitment, this lock and key, I think there is this kind of holding a flame for one another, and maybe you hold a flame for them too, or maybe you're unsure of whether it's energy that you want to invite back in if you feel like you're onto different things. But I think maybe they've realised that they are in a vantage point in terms of their passions and desires, and actually they can ward off any fears that maybe they once had and kind of break through, and maybe they've had this kind of eureka moment, and are listening to their intuition, just as the goddess of the moon, maybe you are too, about this connection. So let's also get you some channeled messages. So we have, I am coming back, please be patient. That's that wait card. But, and I will always say this, you never have to wait for anybody. Never. You continue doing your goals and what you want, and chasing your love and all of those things. And like I said, it takes two to tango. People need to meet you halfway, and that does not mean that you stop growing and developing and all those things, just because maybe it says wait and I'm coming back. You're in my dreams every night. I think with this gentle gardener as well, I think that's almost the state that you're both in, but like things are growing in the background, like maybe ideas popping up, or like the dreams and that kind of thing. I'm having so much fun. So I think this was a relationship based on love and enjoyment and contentment, and you know, and above all, there was just this connection here, this undeniable, whether that's soul mates as in mates, as in friends, at the time, maybe if words weren't said, or if you were in a relationship, that's what it was based on a friendship and just a really deep connection in any way. And that doesn't go away overnight. And even if things were said and done, and fears and anxieties and that kind of thing, it felt like an abrupt end. The thing about that is endings and kind of change is a way of transforming and bringing about new life and new things. And we can accept the past, we can accept what's been said, we can forgive ourselves and them, and look at this relationship with new eyes, new curiosity, and find a way of sorting out those thoughts in order to see the calmer waters that may be ahead. We've also got I Can't Get You Out of My Head, and we've got You Are Absolutely Stunning, and I've had to split these into two piles, so let's get a few more as well. Oh, okay, there's a lot more. I love our friendship. That's what I said. I said I love our friendship. I trust you as well, and my life would suck without you. So I think, like I said, there is a deep friendship connection here. In any way, there is love, and so yes, they do miss you. Maybe they miss talking to you as much as they used to, or the distance between you if you still talk, or whatever it is. I think there will always undeniably, and even if it was a really abrupt, messy end, like I said with that Ten of Swords, for some people it could have felt like a real full stop on the relationship and all of those things. I think they feel that they will always, even if you're not talking, they will always live in those memories and in those dreams, and maybe the dreams that you had together and all of those things, because there was a deep connection here, and undeniably a friendship above all else. And maybe you guys are both in your cocoons or doing your own things, and both transforming yourselves in, like, for your flight of whatever you want to do and everything. And yeah, there was a purpose to this relationship. There was things to learn and take from one another, and above all, I think there was just so much joy in this connection, even if it ended on terms which maybe you both aren't happy with, or felt really abrupt and messy and hard. But yeah, it's so hard to articulate, but I feel like you know intuitively as I'm saying it, just there was just something there. And sometimes you can't say it, sometimes it's a look, sometimes it's a feeling, sometimes it's just a smile across the room. Whatever that is, that's magic as well. And maybe if something never happened between you both, but it felt like there was this kind of tension, with this Seven of Wands, maybe if other people don't necessarily see that connection or don't really understand where you're coming from, that, you know, I feel like you both felt something, and no one can tell you that you didn't, because that person meant a lot to you, and you had things to learn from that person, and they made you feel a particular way at a certain point, and that is special as well. And yeah, don't deny, because there are true feelings here. There is love here, even if it's friendship love or whether it's romantic love, whatever it is, there is undeniable love here. And yeah, there was a reason for you both to be meeting. So not everyone may understand that, may understand the relationship or anything, but yeah. So let's get you some advice. So we have air. New ideas can be formulated freely when intellect meets discussion, logical, curious, and social. And this is this whole thing of maybe communicating new truth with one another, but also that letting go of the past conversations, the past relationship, and where that was. Obviously, that's your basis, that's your foundation, but you can learn and accept all of those things and move forward freely, and be curious. Be curious about who they are, because they've changed. Think about how much you have changed from when this connection ended, or when there was the last contact, whatever that is. And then think about how they would have done as well. And in some ways, it feels like it's someone that you used to know, someone that maybe feels like a bit of a stranger now at this point, if there has been a long period of separation. But you can go into this relationship with new eyes, the eyes of a curious child in some ways, and just find the joy in getting to know someone that you haven't seen in a while or spoken to in a while, in that way. And maybe with the social, maybe there will be I'm hearing social butterflies. Maybe you both are social butterflies in that way, and maybe there's going to be a lot of social occasions where maybe you guys will reconnect. But this is just advice for you as well. So maybe it's more just, you know, if you are a bit of a social butterfly, because with the Queen of Wands, maybe you are a passionate person, an energetic person. I feel like you can connect with lots of different people and share ideas, and, you know, don't stop being you in some ways. So we have wait, patience, events are still unfolding, hold back, rest, observe. Okay, so I mean, and I said this, don't ever wait for anyone, but we have had 2 waits. So maybe it's more just, maybe if you're waiting for communication from them, or if you've written them a message and you haven't heard back yet, maybe things are still unfolding or happening in the background, or maybe you don't have the full jigsaw puzzle, the whole pizza, God, the whole I forgot what I was saying, the whole jigsaw puzzle, or the whole piece, or all the pieces yet. Sorry, I don't know where pizza came from. Maybe you're eating pizza right now. Tell me in the comments if you are. But I feel like now is a time for you to kind of sort out your thoughts about the situation and what you want, and yeah, and observe, maybe observe what's growing, observe the feelings that you're having. Listen to your intuition is what I'm hearing with that Goddess of Moon again. And yeah, quiet your mind and kind of be ready, I think is what I'm hearing. And with socks, we have life can't always be lived to the fullest, being a homebody. Don't let your socks stop you feeling the grass. Introspective, coziness, complacency. So maybe there's been a bit of, maybe for you as such a social butterfly, I mean, we've got a Rona Kona, Corona at the moment, so maybe you've been a bit more of a homebody, maybe you haven't been communicating or been out or that kind of thing, maybe you've not been as social as you usually are, and maybe it's time just to feel the grass in that way and, you know, reconnect with people. Maybe it's this person, but or maybe it's others, friends, and that kind of thing, and just feel the warmth of, you know, being you, because I feel like you are such a I'm hearing flamboyant, but in a really brilliant way, in like a way where you uplift everyone around you, because you just have this energy that people are drawn to, and you know, and maybe at the moment, maybe you've been focusing on different things and maybe your goals and what you were working towards, but I think Spirit is just saying, like, have some time to let your hair down, take your socks off, take your PJs off and roll off the sofa, whatever it is, and go out there and just, yeah, enjoy. And we've also got near future. Expect arrivals any day now, presently rapid, shortly. So maybe this wait, this patience event still unfolding, maybe it's soon. And I'm gonna leave that there. Near future. So I also want to get some Romance Angels cards. So let's get some cards. So Spirit, what advice do you have for my glorious friends of pile 2? Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Again, your intuitive knowing, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And this was all the getting to know each other, getting to know the new yous sort of thing. If this has been a situation where you've not seen each other for a while, and you are, like, you guys have both changed from whatever point you were. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. I'll bring it closer so you can see it. But I think it's one of the, you can have many soulmates in your life, and you know, this person, I think, obviously with the weight, I'm hearing divine timing as well. Divine timing is at play at the moment. And if you've been manifesting this, if you want this person, I always say you should never really, in my opinion, never really manifest a person or a particular person, because that may feel like sometimes it goes against their free will. But I believe you can manifest energy. You can manifest a loving, a healthy relationship, a relationship based on equals, whatever it is that you want. I always think less of this person, like manifesting John Doe, John Doe if you're watching, but no, I think it's more like of the values maybe that you see someone who, like, I value someone who makes me laugh above all, or whatever it is, and maybe this person is that, or is the thing for you at the moment. And like I said, I think I even said with the lovers, the soulmates friendship as well. And I think this is just a deep energy, a really deep energy, emotional things, which it feels like maybe, yeah, that it's kind of a boomerang is what I see. So this period of wait, it's like the elastic being at its tightest, and then it's kind of that tension, that rocking, and it feels like there's just going to be the natural release back. So my lovely friends of pile 2, I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys today. I hope it resonated with your situation. I hope the advice was useful. I'm sending so much love to all of you. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I hope to see you all there. Sending so much love. Bye. Hello, my glorious friends of pile 3. So if you picked the Fluorite Moon and also the Dark Days Tarot, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, let's get your tarot cards. I've already shuffled your oracles. They are ready and waiting. And like I said at the beginning, there is a slight trigger warning with this video of it may not be necessarily what you want to hear, but it's maybe what you need to hear about this connection. So just please bear that in mind. Maybe if you aren't ready for some kind of truths from spirit, that maybe it's not the time to receive this message. Flying out the deck already. Let's see. So are you supposed to be up or down? Up as well. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, we have the Seven of Swords. So spirit, does pile three's person miss them? Okay, I'm not going to take any of those. I'm looking for two more, please, spirit. If they fall out, okay, I won't take you, I'll take these. Okay, we've got the Six of Cups and we've got the Moon as well. Great. And in terms of Oracle cards, so where this current relationship is in terms of on the map, on the Enchanted Map, we have got rock bottom and making a choice. And in terms of the energy towards you, we have got reflection and strength. We also have healer of the ages, the world. And then lastly, we also have improving health. So firstly, what I'm hearing from where this relationship currently is I feel like you guys, obviously we were asking for breakup, separation, no contact situations. I feel like it has come to an end of a road or a definite end of a phase. And you know that you both cannot continue down this road anymore, this rock bottom. So there's a choice. Maybe it feels like it's coming from one side, or maybe it's mutual, of whether maybe this time of separation, no contact, is a time for you to decide what door you want to go down, whether you want to give this relationship another go, or whatever choice it feels like. Or maybe one person has a choice to make in terms of their goals and what they're doing. And I think this period of time is a time of reflection to build back up strength and improve the health of this relationship. I feel like as soon as you reach rock bottom, it's only up from there, is what I'm hearing for you guys in this connection. Because we've got healer of the ages, I feel like your energy is soothing to this person. I think it's familiar. I think it's all of those things. But I feel like as well, this time for both of you is to improve your health in terms of the health and wealth of what you want to do, your sights set on the world and whatever that is. With the Seven of Swords, I feel like, and this may not be for everyone, this situation of what happened, but I get a heavy whiff of deceit and manipulation and planning on maybe one or both sides, but I'm feeling it's more them at the moment. But whatever it was, it feels like a lot of thought energy was taken away. It was unhealthy, the plan was unstable, whatever it is. And maybe there was this kind of backstabbing is what I'm hearing for some people. And in terms of deceit, lies, broken promises, that kind of thing. But as well, that's big, but like I said, that's not going to be for everyone. This time, this separation, whoever initiated or whether it was both, was a time for reflection. And both parties, both people, and I feel like heavily this person is doing some heavily reflection. And with the Six of Cups, I think living in some of the happy memories that you both shared and leaning into the emotional support and the roots that you both have with one another. And I think the rock bottom for this relationship, whatever it was, whatever that end had been in terms of maybe what happened in the situation, I think because the Queen of Wands is in reverse, I feel like someone's energy or positivity or enthusiasm for the connection was potentially zapped, and someone's feelings, and it may be you're a fire sign with this Wands, Queen of Wands. Maybe it's a Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, but you do not have to be. You may have those placements in your chart, but if not, I get the sense that you are usually this person who has this just do it mentality. You are positive, you are energetic, you see the world through the lens of joy and what can you do next? How can we heal? How can we grow? All of those things. And I feel like I'm hearing trampled on your spirit in a lot of ways, and caused maybe this self-deception of yourself with this moon card, and cast the relationship maybe in a bit of a shadow. And I feel like maybe they projected a lot of fears and anxieties onto you and those kind of things, and it's got to this point and maybe it felt like it ended and happened so abruptly. And with the Ace of Wands, it's this swiftness. Maybe it came swiftly to a close, or maybe things unraveled very swiftly, or maybe just the nature of the relationship was so swift, and there's memories, happy memories to lean into and to look back on and everything. But with this world, like, I feel like there is a want and maybe a refocus of goals and where you both want this relationship to go after this, and knowing that the relationship that you had, there is need for acceptance of that and forgiveness of that, of healing, in order to move forward, to make changes, in order for a positive change and movement away from this feeling of rock bottom, whatever that is. With the moon as well, which is obviously a reflection of the sun, and obviously we've got this reflection card here, it feels like everything is shrouded in a lot of mystery and illusion, and it's hard to tell between good intentions, bad intentions, friends and foes, like that kind of thing. I get the sense that the unconscious, maybe your dreams, maybe your thoughts, are kind of shrouded in this self-deception. And I know this is, do they miss you as well? And this is the whole question, do they miss me? But I feel like they are very heavily gathering their strength from hurting you, is my feeling. But maybe for some people, maybe it was the other way around, potentially. But you'll know your situation and what exactly happened in that way. But either way, both parties are in this moon, this illusion of not really knowing the steps forward, not knowing what is actually real and what is not real. But there is just a need for both people, even if it means this relationship isn't the path that you both tread on and it's towards different directions or whatever it is. Maybe it's for two, maybe there was a third party situation, maybe there's almost two people involved, two choices for one or you or whoever it is to make, whatever that is. There is a need to improve the health and improve your emotions in that way of healing. There's obviously a scar deep for both people in whichever way, whatever role they were cast in or whatever it is. There is a need to heal themselves and also lean into spirit and remember that just because this happened, this deceit and everything, does not mean that every single person that comes into their life in the future or whatever, or this person, they can change, they can change their actions, all of these things. And I think for both people, it's gathering strength in preparation for the next phase, whether that be friends or whether that be deciding to mutually just leave it or whatever it is. I feel like this is an airing period for both parties, and maybe someone needs to make a choice. Maybe either you've said it to them or they've said it to you, or whatever it is, of you have got to set your sights on what you actually want, because I don't want to be messed around anymore, or whatever it is. There is this just need for balancing the scales, bringing everything to that. And this is a period of cool off, like I said, but a time to reflect on what you want as well as what they want. And I'm hearing it's always darkest before the dawn, and whether that's a dawn of new communication, as in communicating their decision or your decision, whatever that is, or just out of this feeling that you don't have control and that you can't move forward at this rock bottom, like there's a wall in front. that, you know, sun sets, moon rises, and then the sun comes up again, and with the moon again, I feel like this period of darkness, this illusion, this mystery will be over at some point. And so in terms of, do they miss you, I think the honest answer is yes, but they know. And either, like, I think it depends on which role it is playing as well. I feel like there's a lot complexity here, but if it was them that caused the hurt, the deceit, then they miss you, but they know that they have got to get their act together, and they need to do some serious reflection. But there are these happy memories that underpin this relationship, so that's why there is a yes. And if it was potentially you or another party that, with this Seven of Swords, this manipulation or whatever, yes, they do miss the track that you were going on and all of those things, but maybe at the moment they can't quite, they feel like there are a lot of fears and stuff shrouding that, and they are genuinely trying to heal themselves and improve the health of where they are, so that there can be changes. So there is a lot of, yes, they miss you, but I feel like until this choice is made, whoever's choice it is to make, that is the main priority I think for both parties in this situation, in order to get further clarity. And I think whoever, with the Queen of Wands, whoever this is who feels depleted of energy, who bore the brunt of it, they really are trying to find their healing. And I think the other person knows that, and they know that they have been through emotional traumas before. They have been through maybe situations which feel very similar, and maybe it was a pattern that they didn't want to fall back into again, or they never expected this person to do that to them. Whatever it was, I think they are trying to nurture themselves, trying to feel that positivity and that joy again, and that is the main thing on their priority, is to try and get themselves to a position where they can either make the decision or hear what that is and just find strength again. Because like I said, with this Eight of Wands, maybe it felt really swift, maybe it felt really abrupt, like a full stop, whatever it was, whatever was unpicked, whatever was found out. But ultimately, I think some people are kind of living maybe in the past of this relationship, in the happy memories, and trying not to confront this situation, the kind of thought energy behind it, because the emotions run so high and so deep here, that the thoughts of what actually happened and the communication failure or whatever it was hurt just too much to analyze or to think about. But there is a need for this unpicking. There is a need to pierce through the illusion, all the unconscious things that happened. So let's get you some channeled messages as well. I've split this in two because they are just so big. So Spirit, what messages does their person want to give them? What does their person want to tell them? Or what are they feeling? So we've got those ones from this deck, and then let's get some more cards. Okay, that's probably too many there. So Spirit, what does their person want to say to them, or what's going on? Okay, so we have, I can't get you out of my head. So I think with this thoughts, the kind of not unpicking that, the emotions, the happy memories, all of those things. And I just get this self-deception from the moon as well, like it, because there's so much joy in the memories that you probably shared, but this one period or this situation, it feels too much that it maybe even replays and that kind of thing. We've got I like you a lot, like a lot, and Six of Cups, it feels like almost a family connection in some way, like such a deep-rooted connection, whatever. Maybe you guys are in a massive friendship group or something like that. Whatever it is, you mean a lot to each other, and that kind of thing. I feel nervous around you. Maybe you guys are still seeing each other. Maybe it's just no contact about this situation until one person makes their decision or whatever it is. Or if it's a breakup, maybe it's that, you know, you're still seeing each other, and they feel nervous. Or maybe they just feel nervous at the thought of of this. I love having you by my side. We have, I'm afraid to lose you and you're not even mine. We have, I'm afraid you'll never talk to me again, and I need more time. So obviously with the I need more time, maybe that's making the decision if that is for them, or if they're still unpicking what they've actually done, or the damage that they've caused, or vice versa, whatever that situation is. And the I'm afraid you'll never talk to me again, maybe they're afraid you won't pick them, or if you're the one making the decision, or maybe if, you know, maybe they're afraid that actually you're moving on and actually you don't care what their decision is, or whatever it is. And I'm afraid to lose you and you're not even mine. Maybe that's at the moment, if it is a breakup, maybe because maybe it feels like with the Eight of Wands, that swiftness, it's all full stop, tied out. But maybe there is this kind of lingering feeling, but maybe they're afraid that you don't feel that. And I love having you by my side. I think they found a lot of strength in you and connection with the Six of Cups. And I said with the Moon, friend or foe, and maybe ultimately you guys were always friends, or like I said, in a friendship group, whatever that is. And I think they love being around you, being around your energy and your light. But if with the Queen of Wands in reverse, if they were the ones to hurt you, I feel like they know that they know the reasons why they're not getting maybe the same energy that they used to. And that's probably quite hard. And maybe the I need more time is to come to terms with what they actually did, and to accept what they did and forgive themselves for putting you through that, if you've kind of forgiven them, or whatever that is. So yeah, I think different things will resonate for different situations. And like I said, this reading is a very, very complex one. But let's get you some advice messages from Spirit. So Spirit, what advice do you have for my lovely friend of pile 3? So you've got chakras. Listen to your body and unlock free-flowing positivity and spiritual power within you. Alignment, energy and awareness. And this reminds me, is very reminiscent of the Healer of the Ages card. And I think for you, it's all about that balancing. If you are that Queen of Wands in reverse at the moment, maybe it's about realigning with your power and realizing that you are powerful no matter what has been said or done to you, that you have always, and you can always rise up again, rise out of this situation, and know that you are in charge of your world and your goals as well. And listen to your body, listen to what your intuition is telling you, because even if this person makes their choice and decides to come back or whatever, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't align to you, if it doesn't feel right in any way, know and have clear boundaries set out for yourself. So if there's those red flags that go off, or situations that seem to reoccur, you know in yourself when that is ready to maybe leave behind, or whatever that is, and just have awareness of your energy and put yourself first. We also have self-care, home comforts, me time. So yeah, this is your time to focus on yourself and your energy. And yeah, and maybe if you're the person needing to make the choice as well, trying to get away from different people's thoughts and opinions about this. Like I said, if you're in a friendship group and it's quite hard, maybe it's time for you to quiet your mind, quiet yourself, and take some time to make that decision, make that choice, and make sure it comes from your feelings and thoughts and not anyone else's. We've also got gift, giving and receiving, affection, offer, tangible. So maybe this offer of the decision, the choice, whatever that is, or maybe the give and take of a relationship is coming to you. Maybe this is a new gift, a new opportunity, a new love, a new offer in that way. Or maybe it's affection from this person who maybe they're going to tell you how they feel, and you know, and how they want to progress forward, or whatever that is. So Spirit, anything else, any more advice for my lovely friend of pile 3? We also have donut. Be able to discern moment-to-moment gratification from true fulfillment, indulgence, treat, craving. So yes, again, go after the things that for you, the me, and indulge moment to moment. I know what has happened, it's not all rainbows and fairy tales. It hurts. And with the rock bottom card, sometimes it's hard when we're in that when we're in that darkness and that black hole and we don't know the next steps. But always lean into the joy, always lean into love, the people that you love, and live moment to moment. Don't try and, it's one of those things of looking so far at the end goal and pinning all of your hopes and then feeling like you're not there yet. That feeling is not going to help you at the moment, but find the joy moment to moment, whether that's a smile from a stranger, whether that's a free gift that you get, whatever that is. Just keep living moment to moment, and slowly but surely, by leaning into the joy and leaning into the love, you'll feel further away from this feeling of fear and anxiety. And it's baby steps. It doesn't happen bam overnight. And whether this is because you want to move away from this situation and into a new love, whatever that is, trust that feeling. And like I said, it can only go up from here, really. This healing is already happening, and trust that by living to moment and treating yourself and the things that you want to do and being aware of your energy is going to help you get to that point of healing. And it's one of those things where, and if you've watched a couple of my videos, I love this analogy of, you know, it's hurt and pain. It's like a scar on our body. It's like if you get burnt by a pizza in the oven or whatever it is, you may have a scar and that kind of thing, and or maybe it's, you know, whatever, open wound, whatever it is, and that you have to heal, you have to tend to, you have to pay attention to it, you have to learn from it, you have to accept that it's there, you have to apply the right treatment, all of those things. Otherwise it can fester and that kind of thing. But it will most likely leave a scar. That doesn't mean that you don't go back to it or you don't put another pizza in the oven, whatever that is. It just means that you are more wary in the future, or you know the boundaries, or you know that you need to wear gloves, or whatever it is. It doesn't stop you moving forward, but you're just aware, and you carry everything with you, all of your experience, and they make you stronger and they make you more aware. And I think as this Queen of Wands in reverse, you know that as well. You know that this is a learning thing, and that you know what you need to do and how you need to look after yourself. You've got stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Donut, moment to moment, trusting that you are worthy of love, of healthy, stable love, of having a give and take love, giving and receiving love, and be positive that that is coming to you, whether it is from this person, as in they have changed, and like I said about setting boundaries, like that they are listening to your wants and your energy, and vice versa. It happens to tango, but that you are optimistic. And because I think with the Queen of Wands, that is who you are. And if you feel like you've been denied that power, whatever that is, you know, you can be optimistic about the romance coming to you in the future. So Spirit, what else do you have for my glorious friends of pile 3? What else, love angels, do you have to tell them? I feel like that optimistic one is, okay, forgiving and learning, and we also have engagement as well. Okay, so with forgiving and learning, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. It's what I said, you know, we've got to accept, forgive the past of what has happened, and know that that does not define you. It's that scar, healing it, learning from it, and knowing that with changes in the present moment, you can change the outcome, you can change the future of your love life, and all of those things. And this person, if you have been in a period of separation, contact, whatever it is, they, however long that has been, that period, just know how much of you have changed, your thoughts and feelings have changed in that space of time. And they have done the same. They have grown, they have expanded, they have learned new things. And it is time for both of you to forgive what has happened, and accept that that can't be changed, in order, if you want this relationship to transcend to a new level, or whether you want to be friends, whatever that is, and know that you can have that by accepting that and sowing new things, new ideas and positivity towards one another in this moment. And that doesn't mean scar's going to heal overnight or anything. And like I said, things, maybe those red flags will go up and you pull away, guard goes up, all of that stuff. But it's about moving forward as best as you can and knowing that rock bottom is rock bottom, and you can learn from this and you can learn from the past. And, you know, like they always say, fools who don't study history are doomed to repeat it, and really learn from how this went wrong, whichever side it was, or the red flags, like I said, that maybe came up and all of those things, and know that, like I said, two people to tango. It's not all on you. It's not all on that. And yes, and you can move forward by living moment to moment and seeing the person that they present to themselves. And I always think, you know, no matter what anyone has done to me, it's really, really hard to do, but you should always take people as the person that they present to you and the person that they are in that moment, in moment to moment, and what they present there and then. And it doesn't matter what's happened before or past conversation you've had or whatever that is, whatever they bring in that moment in time, it's like curiosity. It's like a child going into it with open-mindedness and seeing who they present and who they are. With engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment because of this healing. And we had this healing card. I feel like I said, it's making you stronger, and it's a learning opportunity. At the end of the day, everyone is sent to us as an assignment, and this is bringing you one step forward, further towards the optimistic love life that you want, the love that you desire. And right now, it may not feel like it, but it is getting you closer to what you want, the me time, the energy of who you are and what you expect, or the boundaries that you want to set for yourself. So my glorious friends of pile 3, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys. I really hope it resonated and the advice was useful, above all else. I'm sending so much love to all of you. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I really hope to see you guys there. Bye. Hello my glorious friends of pile 4. So if you picked the Untitled crystal and also the Orbita Tarot deck, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, let's shuffle your tarot card and get some tarot cards for you for this reading. And I've already shuffled your oracle cards in terms of where this relationship currently is and the energy towards you, and also the answer to do they miss me. So Spirit, does pile 4's person, do they miss them in this no contact, maybe breakup, separation period? So we have the Wheel of Fortune. So Spirit, does that person miss them? We have got the Queen of Pentacles as well. We have got the Ace of Cups. We have got the 5 of Cups. Okay, there's about 5 there, so one more card please, Spirit. So Spirit, there we go. And we have got the Sun. Great. So in terms of oracle cards for this reading as well, so in terms of where this relationship currently is, we have got Come Together and we have got Dragon's Lair. In terms of kind of energy and kind of feelings, we've got Growth, Protection, and we also have the World, and also Broken Hearts. And then in terms of message, yes. So I feel like, and this is going to be different things, I can see a few different scenarios for different people here. So firstly, one scenario that I see is maybe this relationship with this 5 of Cups, maybe it ended or came to an end and there was a loss of pleasure maybe on both sides, but this broken heart, feelings that needed to be repaired, and it feels like it was on a scale, not a step-by-step program in terms of grief, of anger, denial, all of these things bubbling up at the surface. So maybe that's how it was left, and that abruptness, that end. But maybe there was maybe it's never really been a shut door, slammed kind of situation, where there's always been that kind of thing in the background, like this dragon's lair, like going into the unknown or into unknown territory. And like potentially there's a return, but who knows, like that kind of thing. But another situation that I do see here as well, but obviously you'll know your situation better than floating hands, is that maybe there wasn't necessarily a long-standing relationship or something like that, but maybe this person, or maybe you were left brokenhearted or in a position where you were lost pleasure, or maybe they did, from another relationship, a previous relationship, maybe something like that. And maybe this one never really got going because they were maybe mending this heart, or you were mending yours, or whatever it was, that maybe has taken them away, or you away, whatever it is, that separation, no contact, or situation. Maybe this relationship was never given the emotional legs and opportunity that you both wanted to have, because there was maybe even a third party situation that they were breaking from, or you were breaking from. I just get the sense that maybe that those maybe are two options of what could be coming up. And the reason that why I say like maybe this relationship never got going, and maybe, you know, the broken heart wasn't necessarily from you or from them towards this energy, because it might have been someone else or something else that caused it, is also because of this Wheel of Fortune and this kind of luck misfortune card. Maybe in one relationship it came to a natural end, and maybe there's an optimism of luck and future kind of energy coming. But also I get this with the Wheel of Fortune, I always think of kind of the lottery, and also playing the game, like life is a board game always comes to mind, in terms of were they actually stepping up to the plate, and were they actually spinning the wheel, or were you, in terms of this relationship, did you actually say what you wanted, and that kind of thing. So maybe a lot of these things, it may feel different for different people, but ultimately I think there might be this period of separation, no contact, or whatever that is, in order to protect and grow from this broken heart. And from their part, I feel like that's what they needed to do, because ultimately, I mean, you may, with this Queen of Pentacles, you may have earth placements, you may be a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus, but you do not necessarily have to be. But they see you as someone who is nurturing, grounded, kind of very independent, goes after what they want, can grow what they want as well, and is just a really good and distinguished person, kind of like the earthly mother of the tarot. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to identify in that way, but I just think you can grow what you want, and you just have this we'll make a plan together, we'll do it, we'll get through it, and you just want to help everyone in that way, and in a non-suffocating way as well, and bring joy to the situation. I feel like you are someone who plays the game and has this yes mentality, this yes, and they do miss you, they miss that energy. And with the Ace of Cups, the reason that I said that it could be maybe they suffered a loss of pleasure from a previous relationship, which maybe they never even really confronted in that way, and maybe you were to them this Ace of Cups, this new emotional opportunity for growth and ability to drink deeply, start afresh, start something new, feel healed and reassured by new energy coming in. Or maybe if you guys had been off in the past, like had a break in the past and come back together, maybe it was this renewal in drinking a new cup, a new opportunity, and really learning from the past of what didn't grow, what didn't come about, and leaning into love and refocusing on the world that you wanted to create. With this dragon's lair, maybe with the dragons kind of over the top and everything, I feel like maybe this was a period of unknown, or maybe you are in this period where you needed to protect yourself, maybe from the opinions of other people. Maybe that was something that really rocks your relationship in some ways. Is maybe I'm hearing dragons above ground, like the things that were looming, the fears, anxieties. Maybe that's not particular people in this relationship. Maybe that is more fears and anxieties that were coming about because of this broken heart, which maybe was not confronted, or those kind of things. And I think it just felt, maybe there was an element of kind of feeling a bit dangerous, maybe if you were treading around other people's emotions, or something like that. And there was just this need to bring joy and light and warmth, and that's what they see you as, is this kind of beacon for wisdom and lucidity, and also with the growth card, new opportunities and potential. And with the come together, obviously I think about the Beatles song Come Together, and particularly the word like vibrations. I feel like you guys vibe like in just a in a really cool way. And with this come together, I think it's like reaching new heights, reaching new focuses, and just this gentleness and calmness in wanting to achieve that. And obviously we've got this crown here, which is like the Queen of Pentacles, and maybe it's both of you finding that grounding and that kind of thing. But either way, there is this, yes, they miss you, and I think they want to come and reconcile and all of these things, or just be around your presence if there has been a period of separation, whatever that is. And I'm not saying, like, if it was a breakup and it was very messy and all of those things, and maybe both of you suffered a broken heart, I'm not saying that the grief and the stages and all of that is something that is not real and still not something that needs to be confronted. I feel like that is. And you guys are both during this time to protect yourselves, protect your heart potentially from damage and hurt. But the thing with the grief and the loss of pleasure in this card, the kind of death in that way, is that we can't change what's happened. We can learn from that, and we can grow away into new beginnings. And it's like a scar. It will be with us. It happened. We can accept it. We can forgive it. And new emotional opportunities can be born from it. And with this world, I feel like there is a refocus maybe for this relationship on both parts of where that victory may take place as well. And we've got a lot of imagery of like sea as well. So maybe sea is, or like rivers or whatever it is, water, bodies of water. Maybe it's even a puddle is kind of separating you at the moment. And maybe that's why it's not all come together at the moment, or maybe things were left unsaid in the air, or something like that. With maybe this Wheel of Fortune, maybe it feels like it's still spinning, like it hasn't quite landed yet on the answer, or whatever that is. But yes, there are deep emotional things here, and if it was like an end of a relationship or something like that, and you're kind of like, no, we're probably not going to get back together, maybe with loss there's always that element of hope, isn't there? And maybe even if it does feel unknown, it does feel icy, you're not sure, and things are very up in the air, it's, you don't know where you're treading, that kind of thing. Either way, you guys are both growing for it and growing away. And if this person has left your life and all of those things, there was a greater reason, there was a greater purpose, there was something that you learnt from them. And with this World card, like, it's tying that up and knowing that even if this isn't your forever person or something like that, if that is how you feel and you miss them too, but you know that this is kind of a door closed in that way, it showed you maybe how strong you are and how protected you are, and that you have learnt something from them, whether even that is a new healthy boundary that you want to set for yourself, or just learn anything. I think you learn so many things from everyone is sent to you as an assignment. And just because things didn't grow in the way that you expected, or that kind of thing, that's the beauty of life, and that's what it brings you. And I feel like there is this joy and equilibrium and harmony in knowing that it had a purpose, and maybe it served its purpose, or maybe there are still things to glean joy from in this, from this feeling of being together when you were, or if you still want to be. So let's get you some channeled messages as well. So Spirit, I'm dividing the piles into two because they're so big, because if I try and shuffle all of them together, then it ends in disaster. I'm not going to take all 5,000 of those. I'm just gonna shuffle again. Okay, yeah, you definitely wanted to come out. So I'm sorry I hurt you. So that may not be for everyone, but with that heart, with that broken heart, and with this loss of pleasure, maybe from both sides, that feeling of loss, then and that need for protection, all of those things, maybe that's for some people. I didn't mean to mess you around. Sometimes I think I dreamed everything. Maybe it felt quite fleeting at the time, or maybe it was and it didn't last very long, or whatever that was. But yeah, that I'm sorry that it hurt you, and I didn't mean to mess you around. It's really hard sometimes to take messages like that, because sometimes it's really frustrating when, in the fact that you're like, why didn't you just tell me that, or why didn't you tell me that? But there are a lot of fears and anxieties, I think, here, and ultimately, like I said, there is this radiance and this joy that you bring, and this emotional cup, and I feel like you're someone who always, no matter what someone does to you, you always try and extend that with love. I'm hearing an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, and I feel like you're one of those people where it's like, what's the point of holding grudges? What's the point of doing XYZ just to hurt someone, or in that way? But maybe this time you really needed silence, and you really needed a break in order to protect yourself, because you are a very giving energy, like I was saying with the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, and this probably did, maybe it left you heartbroken, maybe it's not even them, and your repair is actually what's most important to them, that energy. So Spirit, what else does this person want to say to them? Okay, I'm gonna leave you two because you're upside down, and the rest can go there. So we've got, I don't want to ruin our friendship. So I think above all, this come together, this want to come together in whatever way that is. And yes, they miss you, and maybe they miss just your friendship and your warmth and your emotional support in whatever that is. And thank you for helping me. Queen of Pentacles energy, I think in some ways, and this, don't take this the wrong way, but I think in some ways, because you are so nurturing, you almost mother people. Like you take people on in terms of, like, I'm hearing a Wendy, like Wendy and Peter Pan for some people. Like, you just want to see people grow into themselves, see them succeed in what they want to do, because that is giving, that is selfless love, that is selfless energy. And I think you probably did help them a lot, gave a lot of yourself, and maybe you need to protect some of your boundaries, protect over the goals that you wanted to achieve, because maybe you gave too much of your time potentially, or something like that. But like I said, with this joy, maybe even if you didn't help them in any way, in that, I think your energy helped them, uplift them, and bring them joy and clarity. And we've also got, there's other things pulling me away. So for some people, maybe that is like goals and that kind of thing, or whatever they may be working towards. And you know, maybe it's their, I want to say their grief talking in some way, this loss of pleasure, in terms of whether that was another relationship, or like their broken heart, or having hurt you. Maybe there's things that they have got to confront, and that's what's pulling them away, is their energy of, I need to sort myself out. And that, but there's, with this Dragon's Lair, maybe they are going through unknown territory in some different aspect that they've got to explore and they've got to do. And maybe they don't want to drag you into that, because they know you would, with this nurturing energy and everything. And maybe they really want you by their side as well. And you know, maybe with this, maybe for some people it's like education, maybe, or like schooling, or whatever that is. Education, schooling, whatever that is, says the person that didn't go there, but no, it's fine. But maybe it's like job, career, whatever that is. But why do I keep saying whatever that is? Sorry, it's a phrase I've never used before. I don't know why I keep saying it. But yes, that might not be for everyone, this one, but it may resonate with you if there's other things that are at this time pulling them. But yes, let's get you some advice from Spirit. So Spirit, what do you have to say to my glorious friends of pile 4? Spirit, take the wheel, because my words are failing me clearly. So we have got spiritual body, astral travel, remote viewing. So I feel like spiritually and in each other's dreams and that kind of thing, you guys are both very prevalent, and maybe you've been having heavy dream feelings about this person, or maybe you feel it really in your spiritual body that there is something that keeps drawing you back in this way. And maybe you even feel like you, like in terms of dreams, like maybe you even feel like you astral project into their dreams or something like that, or maybe you're not even aware of it. We've also got passion, magnetic pull, romance. Trust that this, and maybe there's a lot of mystery if it was quite fleeting or very fast or whatever it felt like, that maybe it feels like a bit like a dream. Like this, sometimes I think I dreamed everything. But trust that there were emotions here, and yes, they miss you, and there is this pull, there is this magnet energy here, and there's obviously things that need to be healed and grown away from in order to grow into new energy. But yes, maybe this Ace of Cups moment under here with this passion, this full heart, this ability to drink deeply, this new emotional opportunity for growth, that is you. And I think the love that you give, and also probably the love that they feel towards you as well, and trust that that doesn't just disappear overnight. And yeah, I feel like there's still things to happen in this connection. With Sage, we've got sage your home and personal space regularly to expel any negative energies and to promote mental clarity, cleanse, purify and clear. So I feel like it's almost time to purge with this loss of pleasure and this heartbreak. Like, I think both parties, but this is obviously for you, is to cleanse yourself of what was in this relationship, what did happen, in order for the future. It's like we can learn, we can accept, we can forgive what happened, and we can make changes in the present moment in order to plant healthy seeds for the outcome that we want potentially in the future. But there is this need for me time as well, and you finding the passion and the joy that you want to find, because like I said, you are a very giving person who finds this warmth and clarity. So make sure you protect your energy, protect your space, and cleanse yourself of any feelings, and forgive yourself if you feel like you need to in any way, or if you still, I feel like you take a lot of it onto yourself with this Queen of Pentacles, and that actually you're kind of like, oh, you know, it takes two to tango, I did this, XYZ, like they say, you know, I'm sorry I messed you around, but I could have done this, XYZ. You forgive yourself, because like I said, it takes two people to tango, and you know, love is here. And personally, I think you know what you want, and you know the plans you want and everything like that, and just make sure that your emotions, that you are comfortable and you've got boundaries and all of those things to protect yourself and to give you that clarity, that vision of warmth and joy towards this connection, and when and you rekindle or whatever that is. We've got decision, free will, judgment. I feel like Spirit is saying it is your decision whether you want to allow this energy back in, because I feel like this person wants to come together. They want this friendship, undeniably, as in the friendship that is here already, and it's your decision whether, if you suffered the heartbreak or the loss of pleasure, or they did XYZ, it's your judgment, it's your decision of what you want to do, and you can choose whichever you want. And make sure the sage, the protection, the clearness, that you are at a clear space, that you are being pulled by your magnetic pull and your romance and your growth. Ultimately, we've got finances. You will reap the rewards of something you have been working towards and patiently waiting on. Your perseverance will pay off. Prosperity, windfall, abundance. In terms of finances, I think of, well, this is Pentacle, which is obviously the Queen of Pentacles here. So whatever seed you've been planting in the garden of what you want to create, maybe within this relationship, or maybe even it's you that is going off to focus on your goals with the World card. Like I said, it was potentially them, but it could easily be you if you took a step back, because you were like, no, I'm growing stuff with this Queen of Pentacles. I'm working towards my career, my job, my education, university, whatever that is. And things are paying off for you. Things are growing, things are sprouting. And maybe that's yours as well. And you know, whichever way you read and feel that there for you. But let's also get some advice from your romance angels as well. So Spirit, what else do you have for my glorious friends of pile 4? Cool. So we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves, to each other, your bond deepens. So I feel like you have both changed since this relationship or this connection, or since the last time you saw each other, whenever that was. And when you see each other next, like, just think about how much you have changed in that period of time, whatever period that is, whether it was a breakup, whenever. They have changed that much as well, or maybe they haven't, maybe they've stayed exactly the same, but you should get to know them with that in mind of, this is almost a new person that I don't know what they've been doing or what they've been, maybe you do have a small inkling if friends have told you or social media have, but that's always a social mask as well sometimes. And actually I feel like you know this person better than people may be telling you XYZ what they're doing. But yeah, get to know each other with newfound curiosity, if that's what you want to do, if you make the decision that, or maybe it's getting to know new people as well, and getting to know, but you should always get to know the person that they present to you and not the preconceptions of or what someone else has done, and get to know each other on that level first. So we have, it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Maybe if you felt heartbroken, if you felt this loss, this displeasure, all of those things, you know, that Ace of Cups, whether that's for you or them, if they saw you as that Ace of Cups, know that you are always receiving that energy, and that it is safe for you to accept it and drink deeply if there's new emotional opportunities that have been given to you, or if there was another one for here, maybe it's safe for you to explore this connection, because like I've said, it's changed. Both of you have changed. You're at different places now. It's kind of accepting that. We've also got release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So kind of releasing your ex in terms of, if this is your ex and you know and you feel that, because I obviously had the different scenarios at the beginning of maybe this was a relationship breakup and that kind of thing, and heartbroken energy and whatever. Maybe you guys kept coming back or things like that. But maybe it's time to release your ex in this phase, because obviously there's a yes, they miss you, and get to know the new person that they are and see whether that is romance and pull, and make your decision based on that, on who they present to you, and see them with new eyes. Or maybe this is Spirit saying there may have been a new opportunity for love for you, that maybe you haven't been getting to know as much as maybe you should have done, or that kind of thing. And maybe it's time to release this energy, not saying never, but maybe it's time to explore this love, and maybe it will propel you back and be like, yeah, but as soon as clear your energy, purify yourself, and purify your knowing that you are safe to love in whichever form you feel like you want to take with this free will. And also, we also had the scenario at the beginning of maybe this was never given the go because of a previous ex. Maybe that is your ex, if that resonated with you at the beginning, or maybe that was them. But there is a need to release old patterns of behaviour that you feel that people may present to you, and actually look at the person straight in front of you, whether it's someone that you've known or haven't, and see them for who they are and who they are presenting to you in that moment, and live moment to moment in that way. Because of course, you know, those things, they'll always flag up on past history at XYZ, but set your boundaries. You set your space, your cleansing, and know that if there's red flags, all of those things, you will know that, and protect your energy above all. So my glorious friends of pile 4, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys today. I hope it resonated. I hope the advice was useful for you guys today. I'm sending so much love. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I hope to see you guys there. Bye. Hello, my lovely friends of Pile 5. So if you pick the Serpentine Heart and also the Wanderer's Tarot, then this reading is going to be for you. So I've already shuffled and received your oracle cards for this reading, but let's shuffle your tarot and get into this for you. So like I said at the beginning, there is a slight trigger warning on this reading because with the answer of do they miss me, it may not be the answer to the question that you necessarily want, but it's what you may need to hear at this moment. Spirit filling in blanks, things that you're not really sure about at this moment in time. So just make sure that you're in the place to receive this this kind of truth in whatever way. And also, you know that your relationship, you know exactly, I'll list off some scenarios of what it could be, but know that that obviously you know your relationship better than Floating Pair of Hands on YouTube does, and you know what was left unsaid. So we have the Justice card. We also have the Fool as well. So Spirit, does Pile 5's person, do they miss them? So we have the Philosopher of Feathers, we have the Moon, and we also have Temperance as well. So let's shuffle these along. Brilliant. Okay, and in terms of your oracle cards, so where this relationship currently is, we have got Gentle Gardener and we also have Spirit of Place. In terms of their kind of energy towards this relationship, we've got Intuition and Rejection. And we also have First Chakra, Archangel Michael, and we've also got Indecision, and we've got No Need to Worry. So I think in terms of this relationship, I think and Spirit is saying there is no need to worry. The feelings that you know that you have, and the feelings of how things were left between you and the relationship that you guys had, there is no need to doubt those feelings. If you feel indecisive about them, or if you're worried about potential rejection, your person is too. Your person is maybe feeling like maybe they dream the whole thing, or maybe you'll reject them, or you don't want the same things, and maybe they feel like you're caught in a bit of an indecision and they don't actually have as much say, or that they don't know what you're going to pick. But Spirit is guiding both of you. With these angels, with the Archangel Michael, the root chakra, it's from this stability and security, and you guys are both being divinely guided. And with this Intuition card, that is clear. And at the moment, the state of the relationship, obviously you'll know what's been said, what's done, but I feel like the Gentle Gardener, whatever it is, and I get more that it was a kind of a mutual break or separation period, or maybe if things never really got going or that kind of thing, I think it's a Spirit of Place, and I'm hearing a time of circumstance, like circumstances or something has taken you away from one another for whatever reason that is. And it's probably with this Philosopher of Feathers to follow your wills and desires and those kind of things and move forward, but there are maybe still things growing with this Gentle Gardener, and it's this trust that you don't need to worry. Like, the seeds are growing, the sprouts are there and being made, and maybe the indecision was, maybe it felt like a be all and end all, this situation, and maybe there was fear of rejection which maybe pushed this person away, or you, or whoever it was. But ultimately they do miss this connection. But also, I don't think you need to worry about this connection in maybe the way that you feel that you are, or anything like that. If you do feel rejected or left out in the cold, and you're like, well, you weren't there, you don't know exactly what went down, then of course you do. But I feel like you are being intuitively guided, and you know in your gut the relationship and how they feel. I feel like it's almost that thing I'm hearing, twins, in like you feel almost sometimes what they feel in that way, and actually you know that you guys are almost a reflection of each other. And Spirit is saying that in terms of how they are feeling, like, it feels like there is a bit of mystery, a bit of illusion in some way. And maybe that's their fears and anxieties, their unconscious taking over from the facts of what is actually there. And with this indecision by the moon, that's what I think that is more about, that rejection, that feeling of they can't tell, maybe because they're not seeing you, exactly how you feel. So maybe they are just unsure, they just don't know. And there is that worry, there are those fears, maybe for both of you, that feeling that, was this all an illusion, is this just a dream, all of those things. But trust that the sun shines on things, and the darkness will turn to light, things will become clear. And with this temperance, this is this balancing, little by little. It's the alchemy, things are being pulled together which you may not be able to see. And obviously, like I said, we've got the angels here, your guidance, your team around you, is helping pull things behind the scenes which you may not be aware of into the forefront for both parties. And with this philosopher of feathers, maybe you are a fire sign, or maybe they are, so that's Leo, Sagittarius or Aries. But I feel like there needed to be a change. Maybe one person even relocated, maybe there was even this flight away, in some respects, but there was a need to go and explore their intuition, their wills, their desires, that kind of thing, and maybe overseas in that way. But potentially not. Maybe this is what they think of you, as this like flighty, excitable energy, fervent, restless, all of those things. And that maybe they are a bit slower, maybe they need to take a bit more time, and all of those things. Maybe with the Libra energy here in the Justice card, maybe they are a bit more slow and steady, wins the race in some ways, and maybe they're trying to catch up or that kind of thing. But I think with the Justice, everything that is being sown or had been sown in this relationship, positive seeds, maybe that's what it is. Maybe you guys left it, had a period of separation, or maybe, like I said, if there has been some distance for whatever reason, the nutrients of or the seeds of your relationship, or whatever that was, they may be coming to the surface now. They may be growing, things maybe further feelings or your intuition bringing each other back together in that way. Because with the Justice card, it's all about that balance, and the seeds you sow in the present moment or in the past or whatever that was come back to you karmically. So if you're still putting positive intention and all of those things, that nurturing towards this relationship, and maybe they are too, you may not be able to see with this indecision, both of you may not be able to see the unknown things of what's been growing, but there is this gentleness there. And with the Fool, I think this person wants to leap into a new future, wants to have trust and faith and all of those things, and trust that you guys are going to be brought back together. Obviously, like I said, you will know your relationship better, but I get more that this was a I don't feel like it was a definite end of a breakup, that's it, not talking again. But with this rejection, maybe it was for some people, but for most people I feel like it was either it never got going, this relationship, fully in the way that you both wanted, or if it did, it was a mutual decision to leave things for a while, or if someone was, like I said, traveling or going away or something like that, maybe you guys put it on a bit of a pause or that kind of thing. But that's why I said it was kind of a circumstance, you know, that it wasn't, nothing was happening maybe at the moment. But there is healing and reassuring energy here with the Temperance card, and like I said, things being brought together little by little, and maybe patience, and there's no need to worry, patience of things growing. Or, you know, if, you know, you're not quite in a relationship, or you've never quite been there with this person, but things have always been kind of, I'm hearing cooking, things have been going on in the background sort of thing, and there has been this kind of separation for whatever reason. Maybe you've not been seeing each other, not because you didn't want to, but just because the circumstances haven't been right. Then trust that things are still happening in the background, and patience is key here. And with this Justice, it's all about sowing those seeds, sowing those positive intentions, and that will come back to you karmically as well. And I feel like it's just a lot of things are balancing out. A lot of things are maybe in terms of their goals, your goals, maybe it felt quite indecisive and up in the air in the moment, and in terms of the energy of the relationship, maybe there are still things there, and maybe there feels like a few dead ends of stuff, but there are things that maybe both of you need to explore outside of this relationship in order to balance out, so that you could almost both take this leap in faith into this new phase potentially. But I feel like with the intuition card, you both intuitively know where your passions are leading you and how you feel about one another. And this person, I think maybe there's a lot of mystery in terms of the place, the circumstance of where you guys are, but the passion and kind of pulls through, and this faith, this undeniable faith and trust, that they'll carry what was with them, but they're not going to let it rule them moving forwards. And maybe things are just being balanced out and coming back as in terms of the scale. So let's get some channeled messages as well. I'm splitting the channeled messages in two, because otherwise there's too many and they go everywhere like that. So there we go. It happened anyway. Okay, these are way too many. Let's get that one that fell down over here. Sorry, I'll just do some admin, get that one out. Okay, so we have, I can't stop thinking about your smile. So I think with the Philosopher of Feathers, that kind of Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, potentially if you are a fire sign, but you don't have to be. I just think you have this lust for life, this want to go after and direct your intuition, your passions, and follow those. And just a really enigmatic character, someone who is full of fire, full of life, this just do it mentality. We've also got, I want to find my way back to you. So, you know, maybe this indecision, this crossroads which they feel at, maybe they feel like they are in the dark wood and they're not sure of their way back. But there is kind of like we said, patience and all of those things which maybe they're learning along their way, or coming to dead ends and realising that you did nothing wrong. So if this was a situation where they left or that kind of thing, and there's a lot of unconscious fears and anxieties on both sides, like I said, of maybe dreaming the whole thing and that kind of putting things on yourself and all of that, you know, I think they would obviously want to say to you, you didn't do anything wrong in that way, and it was circumstance. They had to go do XYZ, whatever that was, whether that was following their careers, their job, their education, or family things, maybe, whatever it is, and they needed to balance themselves, or balance stuff that they had left up in the air potentially. We've got, I can't make up my mind, that indecision. So maybe they can't decide right now of the path that they want to take, or the future that they want. Maybe if they have been traveling, or they have plans of traveling, maybe they're not sure, maybe they still want to do that, but then they're like, oh, but this situation. So but if it's not traveling or whatever, maybe it's job, career, that indecision card there, and maybe they're worried about the rejection of you, like you would rejecting them, or maybe them not getting what they want and being rejected from the path. So it just feels up in the air for them. And I speak to you when you're not here, and also I'm in survival mode at the moment. So yeah, I feel like I think they're living in this kind of self-deception period where they're really trying to get their thoughts together and their emotions balanced out, but it's like they can't marry their head and their heart together. And with the I speak to you when you're not here, it's like conversations that they wish they could have to you and wish that they could say to you, and maybe tell you that you didn't do anything wrong and all of these things, and tell you about the future plans that they have. But maybe for your energy, they don't want to subject you to messing you around or anything like that. But like Spirit said, there is no need to worry about this connection, or maybe about them, like they're sorting their stuff out. So trust your intuition in this, and make sure that you are still moving towards your goals and what you want. And you know, once they cut through the path that they need to, or make the treads in whichever direction, you know, maybe you'll meet halfway, or maybe you'll be on a friendship, whatever it is. The circumstances around this connection, there are deep feelings here. I can feel that, and there are major cards here. But like I said, things are being brought into focus for both of you, but mainly them. I feel like they've got a decision that they need to make, that they may be sitting on, which again may not have anything to do with you, but I feel like you're almost a spanner in the works in their plan, maybe the plan of what they had, and so it's making them reevaluate things. Reevaluate and reevaluate again is what I'm hearing. So let's get you some advice, some messages directly from Spirit. So we've got firework, illumination, unforeseen. So maybe there's unforeseen communication or clarity about this situation that will be coming to light. With that, no need to worry. Maybe that's things like the fireworks already going up and like it's about to explode. It's about to come to fruition, as it were. We've also got astral travel, remote viewing, spiritual body. We've got sage your home and personal space regularly to expel any negative energies and to promote mental clarity. We've got cleanse, purify, clear. And we've got finances. You will reap the rewards of something that you have been working towards and patiently waiting on. Your perseverance will pay off. Prosperity, windfall, abundance. So I feel like we said with the moon, you know, unconscious dreams, fears, anxieties, all of those things, but that obviously moon, night, dreaming, that kind of thing. And I feel like you're both on each other's minds and in each other's dreams potentially, and all those things. And like I said, maybe you feel like you feel the things that they do in some ways, and it feels like a reflection. And with the sage, this is a time, like we were saying, to look after yourself and know that you follow your things and you purge yourself of the past and whatever this relationship brought, and know that you can be clear and there is no need to worry about what you did and that kind of thing, and know that you are being guided, and use your intuition in this way and expel the negative thoughts you may feel and the fears and anxieties that you may feel about this situation, and know that you are pure, you are cleansed, you are clear and ready to receive what energy comes at you. And also with this gentle gardener, and obviously we've got finances, maybe, like I said, the seeds that you guys have sown, maybe things are happening on the surface, the patience with the temperance card that you guys have been working towards. Things are going to be coming about, maybe new messages, new energy into the situation. And trust that it's all coming together, the circumstances, the balancing, and new things are sprouting, and maybe that is communication and that kind of thing. Maybe if you feel like you've been in a bit of limbo because of their indecision making, that those answers will be coming to you, that kind of windfall of maybe energy. So or maybe even if it's your goals that you've been working towards, in terms of your career, your finances, your move, your stability, your security, that maybe you're working on, yeah, that could be absolutely your thing as well, because you are cleansing yourself and releasing yourself of energy that you don't need. So let's get some romance angels for you guys as well, messages. So pay attention to the red flags. Signs are cautioning you. So this may be in terms of when you guys rekindle or that kind of thing, or if this is the indecision rejection period. Obviously we had no need to worry, but maybe that's your no need to worry about your part in this situation, and maybe actually, you know, the sage and purify, you can purify yourself of this. But maybe if this is energy that you want to invite back in, when maybe it's presented to you, trust it, have your boundaries ready, purify yourself and put those healthy boundaries in place. And if behavior is not aligning to what you want and the red flags are going up, don't ignore them. They're there for a reason, and your intuition is guiding you in that way. But treat everyone with those new pair of eyes, because they have changed since this connection potentially, and you have as well. And wait until you are presented with the person that they want to present you with, because it feels like maybe you don't, with this rejection card, maybe there has been a period of silence or whatever that is, and it feels like I'm hearing like stranger, like you feel like a bit like strangers at the moment. So just yeah, be cautious in some ways, and maybe, I mean, no action is a form of action as well, so maybe that's a red flag in your in your way and retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So maybe it's time to disconnect from what other people are saying and feeling about this situation, as in like other voices in the room, as it were, and it's time to listen to your intuition and see where that is calling you and telling you, and it's time to disconnect. And maybe yeah, and maybe for you, but we've also got true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So maybe, you know, maybe if there's been a new prospect or something, maybe it's time to retreat with them, give them the time. Or maybe if it's them coming back and that kind of thing. I mean, we can have a lot of soulmates, we can have a lot of true love in our life. It runs deep, but I feel like it feels like there's unfinished business here between you. And maybe the true love is this romance of friendship and on that level too. But my inkling for most people is that if you want to invite this energy in, the like kind of seeds that are growing and everything, then, you know, with this true love, you know, nurturing, loving and tending to the things that you want to grow, the intention behind it, manifesting all of those things, and sowing those positive seeds like the Justice card, and continuing to do so, pouring positive intention towards it, will bring that back. So if this is something that you would like, this connection, then maybe it's time to disconnect, follow your intuition, your light. What is that telling you to do? Retreat from the outward voices and put your faith in this, because I feel like on an unconscious level and a conscious, you know in your heart what you want. So my lovely friends of pile 5, I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys. I hope it resonated. I hope the advice was useful. If anything else, I'm sending so much love. Until next time, I really hope to see you there. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Sending love. Bye.